Bill Clinton didn't become president until he was 46. Jessica Ennis Hill didn't win Olympic gold until her late 20s. And some of the most powerful policymakers in the world worked in obscurity for decades. So what actually determines when influence appears? Welcome to the Global Campus channel. I'm Adeola Komalafe Eluem, and this is where we explore the world's most influential universities, not just by reputation, but by impact. In our last episode, we compared Russell Group and non-Russell Group universities and asked whether prestige really translates into better outcomes. Today, we're going deeper because universities don't just shape careers, they shape trajectories, and trajectories don't reveal themselves quickly. There is a comforting belief many of us grew up with that the right university guarantees the right future, that prestige automatically becomes success, that influence begins at graduation, but real lives tell a slower, more complicated story. Universities don't create leaders in lecture halls alone, they create environments. And what people do inside those environments over years, sometimes decades, matters far more than the name on the gate. Here is what most people get wrong. Universities don't manufacture leaders, they listen to this, amplify behavior. Bill Clinton arrived at University of Oxford in 1968 as a Rhodes Scholar, studying philosophy, politics, and economics. A Rhodes Scholar is a recipient of one of the world's oldest and most prestigious international postgraduate awards, funding study at the University of Oxford. It was established in 1902. The Rhodes Trust selects about 100 outstanding young, diverse leaders annually based on intellectual distinction, character, and public service to foster global understanding. This indicates that Bill Clinton had already demonstrated exceptional academic ability early on. Oxford placed him in an environment where political ambition wasn't unusual, it was expected. Now, between 2010 and 2026, the United Kingdom has had 6 prime ministers, namely David Cameron, Theresa May, Boris Johnson, Liz Truss, Rishi Sunak, and now Keir Starmer. 5 of them, namely David Cameron, Theresa May, Boris Johnson, Liz Truss, Rishi Sunak, all attended Oxford University, with Rishi Sunak later on studying at Stanford, and Keir Starmer went to Leeds University. That is 6 out of 6 prime ministers over a 16-year period educated at Russell Group universities. Not because Russell Group universities guarantee leadership, but because they consistently place people close to power early. After Oxford, Clinton attended Yale Law School, graduating in 1973, and then nothing spectacular. For more than 15 years, he worked in state-level politics as Attorney General of Arkansas, Governor of Arkansas. He lost re-election and rebuilt, and then tried again. For Clinton, the turning point didn't come at Oxford, it came after losing power. Many politicians disappear after that. Instead, he recalibrated. By 1993, at age 46, he became president. Oxford didn't hand him power, it taught him how to stay in the game long enough to earn it. Oxford didn't give him the presidency, it gave him patience. Oxford was also filled with people who would later shape global policy quietly. Karen Pierce studied English at Oxford before joining the Foreign Office in the early 1980s. Her trajectory was decades of postings, years of negotiation, little public recognition until eventually UK ambassador to the United Nations, then ambassador to the United States of America in 2020. This is influence measured in trust, not applause. If you're looking for overnight success, diplomacy is not the industry. Oxford also educated Sir Mark Sedwill, whose career path took nearly 40 years before reaching the centre of UK national security, and David Miliband, who entered Parliament in 2001 and didn't become Foreign Secretary until 6 years later, before later influencing global humanitarian policy. What the leadership data consistently shows is this: very few senior political leaders move straight from university into national power. Most spend decades inside institutions, in civil service roles, advisory positions, policy units before reaching the top. Leadership here is rehearsed quietly, long before it is visible. What this reveals is that elite universities don't shorten political journeys, they concentrate people inside systems that reward long-term persistence rather than early visibility. So here's the question: if influence takes decades to materialize, who can actually afford to stay in the game that long? Kwame Nkrumah studied economics and political theory at the London School of Economics in the mid-1940s. He arrived already politically active. LSE, London School of Economics, didn't create his ambition, it gave it structure. Within 10 years, Ghana gained independence. Nkrumah became Prime Minister and then President. The turning point was at graduation. It was the moment theory met reality, when ideas moved from lecture halls to liberation moments. The University of Cambridge is known for something very specific, which is depth. Alan Turing studied mathematics here in the 1930s, laying foundations for computer science. Decades later, Stephen Hawking completed his PhD here and spent his career reshaping how humanity understands the universe. Cambridge doesn't rush ideas, it expects them to survive time. That same environment shaped Sundar Pichai, who completed a Master of Philosophy in Material Science in the early 1990s. He didn't become CEO of Google until 2015, more than 20 years later. Here is what people get wrong. Prestige doesn't always remove uncertainty, it just gives you more room to fail safely. At Cambridge, ideas are encouraged to take their time, which is useful because some of them end up running the world. And this pattern isn't limited to politics or science. When we examine the FTSE 100, focusing on the top 50 companies, the data becomes very clear once you count it. Out of the top 50 FTSE 100 CEOs, 18 studied in the United Kingdom. All 18 of those United Kingdom educated CEOs attended Russell Group universities. That is 18 out of 18. None attended a non-Russell Group UK university. Oxford and Cambridge appear most frequently, followed by Bristol, Leeds, Birmingham, Nottingham, and Liverpool universities. The remaining CEOs were educated outside of the United Kingdom, often at globally elite institutions. But even here, prestige doesn't accelerate time. Very few reach the top quickly. Many took 20 to 30 years to become CEO. So yes, it is a fast track. It just happens to have a very long queue. This matters because it tells us corporate leadership isn't just about performance, it's about access to leadership pipelines that quietly filter candidates decades before the CEO role even exists. Which raises another uncomfortable question. If leadership pipelines are this concentrated, how many capable people never even enter the queue? Non-Russell Group universities are often discussed in terms of what they lack, like prestige, visibility, proximity to elite networks. But that framing misses what they are objectively effective at producing. These institutions tend to operate closer to the systems that keep the society functioning, such as healthcare, infrastructure, energy, transport, education, public services. They produce graduates who move into delivery roles early, roles where success is measured not by reputation but by whether systems work at all. The University of Bath rarely produces political celebrities, but it consistently produces system leaders. Graduates move into roles in the civil service, infrastructure delivery, energy regulation, transport system. A clear example is Paul Golby, whose leadership influenced national energy strategy and who later served as chair of the board at the National Energy System Operator. Here, effectiveness isn't about visibility, it's about early responsibility. For many Bath graduates, the turning point isn't graduation, it's the first placement. Real responsibility arrives early. Mistakes are made while support still exists. Confidence compounds through execution, not signaling. At Loughborough University, excellence isn't optional, it is engineered. Jessica Ennis-Hill studied psychology here while training at the elite level. Her trajectory wasn't accidental, it was structured. World champion in 2009, she won the Olympic gold in 2012 and Olympic silver in 2016. This wasn't talent left alone, it was talent embedded inside a performance system that aligned education, training, recovery, and measurement. She didn't just train hard, she trained within a system designed to produce outcomes. What non-Russell Group universities often trade in prestige, they compensate for in early responsibility, accelerating confidence even if they don't accelerate visibility. So the real choice is in prestige versus quality. It is this: do you want early responsibility or delayed access to power? The University of St. Andrews is small, and that matters. Prince William studied geography here, graduating in 2015. The environment allowed something rare: space to develop identity before authority. Confidence here is built early because anonymity is impossible. Look at the timelines. Notice the gaps, the years of invisibility, the long stretches where nothing impressive happens. Those gaps matter more than the highlights. Russell Group universities often amplify a student's ambition, the system's thinking, and the ideological confidence. Non-Russell Group universities often amplify execution, applied competence, and early responsibility. Neither path is superior, but confusing them can be costly. Across politics and business, the data points to the same conclusion. Elite environments don't shorten journeys, they lengthen ambition. They keep the people in the game long enough for influence to compound. It turns out the fast track is still quite slow. So instead of asking which universities produce the most powerful people, a better question might be this: do you want an environment that accelerates access to influence, or one that accelerates the ability to make things work? Because both forms of effectiveness matter, and society fails without either of these options. In the next episode of Global Campus, we're going somewhere different. In the next episode, we'll look at university institutions across the world that excel in producing graduates in the fields shaping how technology thinks, learns, and interacts with the real world, and why those universities consistently lead global innovation. Universities don't shape lives by name alone, they shape them through exposure, expectation, and opportunity. If this episode made you think differently, share it with someone navigating big decisions, and if you want to follow this series as it unfolds, subscribe to Global Campus. This is Global Campus.